Good afternoon and welcome to your electronic grievance system training. We certainly appreciate you taking the time out to view EGS, and this will be a steward training today. So if you are an administrator, meaning that you may be the president of your local, there will be some additional tools that we will certainly help you cover for support and any admin function you might need. But today's intents and purposes are for steward training to help them understand how to add and search grievances. So what we're going to do first, we are going to go through the login process. Now, when you first log into EGS, the best place to go is this website right here that I'm highlighting. It's apwegs.com. That will give you on the far right your ability to log into either EGS or BTS. Today we're going to focus first on EGS. And when you get to this website, though, there are several options that you'll want to be made aware of. This is an area that you can find video tutorials. So if you click on video tutorials at the top, that's a great feature. If you click on FAQ for frequently asked questions, that's a great feature to help you. The most beneficial feature is the support link. When you click support, you can get support for either EGS or BTS. And the best way to fill out a support request is to fill out this support ticket and then submit it. There is an 800 number you can also call, but corresponding through support via request is the most efficient way to make this happen. Now keep in mind that you will fill out your support request, your local name, email, and phone, and hit submit. And then our support team here at EGS will guide you through any problem you might be having or question that you might have. If you have any ideas to make the system better, there is a Make Suggestions tool at the top as well. The Make Suggestion tool is fantastic. It shows you how to, or let's say you come across a feature of the system that you think could be improved upon, or something you think of that might be a good idea to add to EGS. Now, we can't guarantee that it will be put into play, but our best ideas have always come from users. So fill out a ticket saying that, you know what, I think this would be a great feature to add to EGS or BTS, and submit that to us as well for consideration. All right, now let's jump right into the EGS login. So when you go to apwegs.com, you'll click on EGS login, and that will link you directly over to the login screen. Now keep in mind your login ID and password are going to be obviously different for each person, and your administrator at your local will typically be the one that gives you your user ID. However, if you forget your user ID, hop back over to the support ticket and contact us at support, and we can certainly help you reset a password, or if you've forgotten your ID, we can help you access that ID so you can log in. If you don't know your user ID today, contact your administrator or contact us at support, and we'll certainly help you get that set up. And we'll give you directions on logging in as well. So let's say you've got everything squared away, you've got your password set up, and again, we'll help you get that going. So we're going to log in as a steward user on one of our trial systems today, and this will give us access to what it looks like if you were logging into your local as a steward. So this would say welcome, your name, okay? So this would be welcome John Smith, Jane Smith, whoever you may be. And down here at the middle, it's a link over to the Industrial Relations homepage, which is a great source for you guys. And then of course, on the far left, this is where you'll be doing everything, okay? This is where you'll concern yourself. You don't really need to concern yourself so much with any of the administrative functions, so we've taken out anything you don't need as a steward. Keep in mind, we do have important links. It's a good place to start. Important links is a good place to start because it will give you your steward user guide. There are certain types of people that have different types of learning. So a lot of you may learn better from a guide that's in front of you. Obviously, you can link over to the video tutorials if you prefer to have a video in front of you. The Steward User Guide is a great tool though. If I open that, it will show you step by step everything about the system. So for example, if you're looking how to create a step 2 appeal, well, you can go directly to page number 11, all right, from your user guide, and that will take you over to the step 2 appeal process. And this is a really, really good tool to have in front of you, or you can print it out, keep a desk reference on your person, and it will help you get started. All right, so I would certainly suggest you open the Steward User Guide and begin there. And then, of course, if you can't find something you need in the Steward User Guide, click on the APW EGS support ticket, and that will go over to the support request form, and you can send us a support request. All right, adding grievances. The first thing you will want to do is add a new grievance. So over here on the left navigation menu, click on the Add link under Grievance. So when you click on Add, you'll do New Member, or you will select a member from a drop-down list. Now keep in mind, as you add new members, the system will automatically remember those people, so you don't have to recreate their name every time. So instead of you having to scroll down through and look and look and look for a member, you can actually just start typing in their name. You can put your cursor on the thing and just start typing in Justin. And it's going to go down to all the Justins. And if you're looking for a certain Justin, you can select this person. Justin Cecil is the member. All right. Then you will select the employer. Many of you only have one employer listed, that being USPS. However, several of your locals have set it up so that different office locations have their own unique identifier. So what you want to do is select the relevant office location or facility that's applicable to this member. And when you select that facility, you will simply click on Next. Now on this screen, it brings us over to the ability to enter your Step 1 information. Now keep in mind, you have to record your Step 1 information. The Step 1 information that you're recording here will automatically be pushed over to your Step 2 appeal form. So this is the very first step in the process for all grievances, and this is where we'll begin. So local grievance number. Your local will certainly have its own unique numbering. Most locals set up their own unique numbering feature, and that's fine. So however your local's doing it, you will want to follow suit. The good thing about EGS is it doesn't allow you to duplicate a grievance number. So let's say this is grievance number 2 for 2017, the month of April. Date filed might be April 5th. The grievance information was automatically brought over. Notice the little red asterisks next to these required fields. There are 3 and only 3 required fields on your system to create simplicity. However, you will want to make sure you have at least a grievance number, a date filed, or a date, and then of course a first and last name. Many of you forget to put the last name or first name. You will put one of these fields, but you forget the other one. You don't have to have the middle character, but you will need something in this box and this box. Okay, and you could put 123 Street. All right. And then we've got the city, state. You can put in phone number here if you want. And then you could put employee identification number. So you will put your EIN here for this particular member. Craft, nice thing. We've got a little drop-down selector. So if this is maintenance craft, pop in maintenance craft right there. Status, maybe full-time regular, part-time, so FTR. Let's give it full-time regular status, level 10, and step P. Okay. So you guys can see it's pretty self-explanatory. Tab, 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 duty hours might be Monday through Friday. 8 to 4, off days maybe Saturday, Sunday. Email, test@somewhere.com. Keep in mind, emails are important. They certainly will help you correspond with the member as needed. Job number, pay location. So that's their unit, section, branch, state, office. So it may be maybe the Cookville office here in Tennessee. All right. Postal installation level. To the best of my knowledge, guys, that's typically a clerk craft field, but not necessarily. But it's certainly something that you will have if you're in that craft, and if not, then if it's not relevant to you, you can leave it as is. You can leave it blank as needed. So we want you to fill out as much information as you possibly can, obviously, to help you best track your cases and be able to search everything. You will want to fill out as much information as you can. Seniority date, so that might be, it may be April 4th back in 2012. So it's your seniority. Pref eligible, yes or no. Just select a little bubble next to the relevant source there. Nature of issue. Now spell this out carefully. You want to spell this one out. You could put Article 7 or Article 12, but here in a moment I'm going to show you how to actually select the relevant contracts articles. So here you may want to put something like overtime or vacation or something, it could be bidding, bumping, something to that effect. Contract. Now on this screen you're going to be able to select one article, and so in a moment though, after we click save, I'll show you how to select multiple articles, but perhaps this is an hour's of work having something to do with article number 8. So I'll just select article 8 there of the CBA. Unit, section, branch, state, office, you could put that information right here as well, and then you could also put the step 1 meeting date. Might have been on the 5th. Supervisor may have been Johnson. Steward might be, it could be any of these people, maybe Baligan, maybe Denise, maybe Ron, maybe Lynn. I'll just put steward user since that's who I'm logged in as, okay? But this is where you'll typically, as a steward, you're going to select, 9 times out of 10, you're going to select your own name from that drop-down list. Step 1 decision by, I'll just put the information, step 1 decision date. Did you notice it actually saved it automatically? Did you see that automatic save? We have an auto save built into the function, and every 10 minutes, if you haven't saved the grievance case so that you don't lose any of your data, it will automatically save it for you. Now keep in mind, you want to save as often as possible, but that's a good feature to have. That way you don't lose anything if you forget to save something. Initials, so let's just go ahead and put the initials here. Background, so you want to put the background information here where you'll actually fill in the details of the grievance. The corrective action information goes right here. And then of course management denies grievance, appeal to step 2. Alright, so this is where you'll fill out all the detail of the case. This is very important. You want to make sure you're as detailed as possible. If you're more comfortable typing in a Word document and then copy and pasting it over to this information so you don't have to type online constantly, then you can do that. But certainly make the detailed background corrective action information detailed. So again, once you finish everything, you'll want to click on Save, and always click Save. Don't ever, and then once you click Save, you've got all of these options over here on your left menu. The next thing you'll do is go into the Step 2 appeal form, more than likely, so that you can complete your Step 2 appeal. And when you click that, that's going to automatically push everything from your Step 1 form that's relevant to these particular fields over here. So things like your employee information, your craft level step, duty hours, off days, email, all of these office locations, work locations, seniority dates, things like that. So on this Step 2 appeal form, you're going to be responsible for completing the Step 2 authorized union rep, name and title, and then you're going to also be responsible for the phone, the email, and then you've got your local union president information you'll fill out there, which would be your president of your local union hall, and then of course his area code, phone, office, and email address as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and give this information in here, and then we scroll down. Step 1 meeting and decision was automatically brought over from the previous screen, and then this is to the USPS Step 2 designee, name and title. Alright, installation in DC, and so this is where you'll put the installation information. and then phone number of that designee, the USPS grievance number. That would be your internal, your GATS number or USPS grievance number, whatever that could be of relevance to you. We'll give it a fake number there. And then you can do your pursuant to Article 15 of the National Agreement, we hereby appeal to Step 2 the following grievance alleging a violation of, but not limited to, the following. This is where you'll do your local memo, other manuals, policies, LM minutes, etc. That detail will go here, and that's what you'll complete. And your background information, the nice thing about EGS, we'll go ahead and back up your background information to this form. So this is pretty much the same thing as the contentions of the grievant. So this would be your detailed statement of facts. We go ahead and copy over the background information for you so that you don't have to recreate that. And then your corrective action the same way. We copy that over for you. Signature, we put in here, signature on file, so go ahead and just type in your name so that you've got that as a signature proof, title of authorized local union rep, and then you'll put a date. Once you fill out everything that needs to be complete, you'll go ahead and hit save. And I want you to notice when you hit save, it automatically generates the PDF. So you click on save, and now you've got this view PDF link. If you ever want to look at your PDF, it's great. You can just click on view PDF, and it will open your PDF document so that you can scroll down through here and say, you know what, everything looks good on my Step 2 grievance appeal form. This is looking great, guys. So everything's there, everything's in place. All right, perfect. Now we can go ahead and X out of the Step 2 PDF and go back to the system. Now keep in mind, you may need to upload additional documents for this grievance. As you go through your Step 1, your Step 2, your appeal to arbitration, and again, the appeal to arbitration is your current form you're used to, where you can select your decision received on. You can put in whether it's sent by mail, fax, or email, the date it was sent, and you can put in all of your information that's relevant to this particular Step 2 appeal to arbitration. National business agents contact information, authorized local union representative, signature or line item, and then of course your bottom information, which is your panel information and your arbitration panel issues. So once you fill out your appeal to arbitration, you click on save. Notice that every one of these meeting steps on your left navigation menu, when we save them, it generates a PDF of that meeting step. So as you can see, here's your Step 2 appeal to arbitration grievance form. This is really nice because it creates this moving papers network, and it centralizes all these moving papers in one area. If you need to upload additional documents, which most of you will want to do this, you'll click on Documents on your left navigation menu. And you'll notice right here that there's actually 3 documents already listed. Well, these are the ones that we just generated by creating this grievance. You may want to go out though to your computer or your tablet or your phone and upload additional documents. You could go over to maybe a statement of facts. Okay, it goes out to our system, and we can open that and then upload a statement of facts. All right, so it uploads that grievance statement of facts, and then we could also upload maybe a Word document of some kind. If we uploaded something in error or something that needs to be removed, we can definitely select the delete checkbox next to what needs to be removed, and then just simply click on delete. Now, once the system has emailed the moving papers out, though, it will if you've emailed any of these documents out of your system, it will deactivate the delete ability because it wants to maintain the integrity of what you've sent out. It doesn't want to allow you to delete anything that should not be deleted. Now keep in mind, after you go through all of your meeting steps, your Step 2 appeal or Step 3 appeal will look the same. And then the Joint Safety Committee will certainly be there if you need to fill out the joint safety. If it's a safety issue, then you want to fill that out and hit save as well. And that's your joint safety form, where you fill out the things like the facility, the tour, the local district joint safety committee chair, the USPS address, state zip, and all of this information. Safety, health issue, violation, corrective action sought. So these are very important forms you want to complete if it's a joint safety committee. Now, if you have an information request, most of you have many information requests that you need to send to management. So we've set up the ability for you to do 3. The reason that there's 3 is that way you can do, when you have one information request completed, you don't have to delete that one to complete another one. You can go into information request 2 and then up to 3 and send those out. And it's really good because it will retain all the information you requested. So the date of request might be the 5th, to whom, let's just say management, Joe, title, manager, from Union Jane, title, steward. And so we've got the request for information and documentation relative to processing a grievance. This is where you'll put in your request. Need information on ... So, and then you'll hit save. So you'll request all of these different line items of information, and then go through. If it's not enough line items, go to request 2 and request 3. And you could say request approved, give it a date, and then Union Joe signed. And then this is something that you will hit save, and of course it generates the PDF for the information request. Let's view that PDF. This would be your information request. All right, so this is where you'll send this over in your email moving papers files. And so now what we've done, we've gone through your step 1, your step 2 appeal, your appeal to arbitration, your step 3 appeal, a joint safety committee if it's a safety grievance, information request 1, 2, and 3. Extension request is the same way. If you need an extension request, go through, fill out this form, including in your moving papers. Very, very simple stuff. And then of course corrections and additions. You can go through, complete a corrections and additions form, hit save, and that will as well append to your detailed information. Now keep in mind, once you've got everything uploaded and sent, you can always click on your documents link. Your documents link will show you everything that you've uploaded. So your statement of facts, your grievance, your step 1, 2, 3, your information request, joint safety committee hearings, all of these things are included in your document list. If you want to include them in your step 2 list of documents, then you put a little check mark next to them. If you do not want them included, you simply take the check mark out. So perhaps you don't want the grievance statement of facts included, so you could take that check mark out and then hit save. And it will update your information, or it will update your step 2 form to not list that as one of your documents. And you can look at your step 2 form right here and see down here at the bottom, list of attached papers as identified, and those will show on your step 2 grievance appeal form. Okay, so things to keep in mind. We will want to now email the moving papers. So once you've uploaded your documents, once you've filled out all of your grievance detail, you may want to email those moving papers to management. So this is really critical. When you go to email moving papers, now keep in mind this works on the 10-minute interval as well. So don't fill out the email address until you're completely finished with your email messaging and everything. That way it doesn't automatically send an email before it's time. Because once the system auto-saves, auto-sending and auto-saving is the same function. So there is, you don't want the system to automatically send something every 10 minutes that it should not send. Okay, so you want to make sure, just wait till the last step to put your information, your email address in there, and then you're good to go. So at the top, you want to set date to send as today's date. And if you want to send all the documents, do select all. Now keep in mind, there's a very, very important calculator right here. Total file size in megabytes. You will not want to go over 5. So this is only half a meg. So this is plenty of room to send out everything. However, the majority of our inboxes accept anywhere from 5 to 10 megabytes of documents. However, guys, we can't be sure of how many. Everybody uses different email service providers. So what we are training everybody to do is to not exceed a file size of 5. So if this hits 5, go ahead and take out a few of these documents until it gets back down to 5. And then you can send a second email with the documents that you did not send in the first one. Okay, so make it email 1 of 2, something to that effect. Put your sender information in here. Put your email address as your sender information. Don't put the to address yet until last unless you're just ready to go right now. And just say see docs attached. Email moving papers. And then to whom it goes, we're just going to put support at apwegs.com. And then you can put carbon copy and blind carbon copy information in here. A lot of times you guys will already have the notification list built so that you can quickly select the parties to whom you're sending. Most of your administrators will set up the notification lists. If your notification lists are not set up, then go to your administrator and say, hey, we need the notification list so I don't have to type the email addresses every time. And of course, send us a support if you're having questions on how to set up a notification list. So once you've got your email moving papers ready to send, all you have to do is go to the top, click on send. And then it will say email sent. And, give it anywhere from 30 seconds to, 5 or 10 minutes, depending upon how heavy the traffic is at the time in the email queue. And it will send it on this date. Now, if you set it to send a date into the future, of course, it's going to send it around 12 a.m. at midnight on that day. So if you're setting it to send today, it will send it within about 10 minutes, usually less. So it will say email sent. And now be looking for it in your inbox. What we're heavily requiring, or actually requesting, is for you to carbon copy yourself. Okay, so when you do send an email out to management, always put your carbon copy address in here so that if you receive it, you know that more than likely they should have received it as well. All right, it's a validation, it's a security feature we're trying to have everybody build in just to ensure all your emails are going out properly and everything's being sent in a timely fashion. The last thing we're going to cover in the steward training is the ability to search grievances. Now, keep in mind, we've gone through the ability to add grievances, and that's the largest majority of what you're going to spend your time doing. However, you may leave for the day, you go on vacation, go to lunch, come back, whatever the case may be, and you may need to search out a grievance. So you want to find it quickly. You want to go to search right here on your left navigation portal, and you will select the employee that you're looking for, or simply start looking for any of this other criteria. Perhaps you're looking for a specific grievance number. If you know that grievance number, you could type it in and hit find. We always suggest that you fill something out in order to find, because the majority of you may have thousands of grievances on your system. So you need to request something in the filter. So you may want to say, all right, I know I'm looking for all the grievances for Justin. So I can start typing in Justin, go down to Justin Cecil and hit find, and it will grab that member's grievances. And as you see, it displays a total of 15 at the bottom. These are all the grievances that this particular member has ever filed. All right, and then I could export that to Excel if I need to send it over to a spreadsheet so I can work on it in Excel, or if I find the grievance I'm looking on or looking at and working on, I can find it, look at it, say, you know what, I was working on this 2017040002 case. So all I do is select that grievance. It goes right back into my step 1 meeting, and over here on the left is all of my direct links. So my step 2 appeal, my step 3, my information request. So I just go right back into working on it. And you always know if you're working on a grievance, it will always be listed in the bottom left corner. That is your final tip of the day. If you're ever confused as to which grievance you're working on, or if you're confused as to whether or not you have a grievance open and active, scroll down to the bottom left of your screen, and if there's a grievance number active right there, see it saying a number, and you have all of these options on the left, that means you are working within that grievance number. And if that's the correct one you're looking for, then you are in the right place. So you can go ahead and start uploading your documents, things of that nature. There's a couple of quick features that we're going to close out with. If you need to add a timeline event, that's really a great note taker. If you need to add something like make a note about the grievance, you could say grievant called asking about case, and you want to make a note of this without having to go into detail about any other, like making notes on post-it notes or a postcard or anything like that. This is a way you can actually take a date and time and a description of the event that happened and chronicle it in an event organization type environment. And if you want to take notes that don't show up on your final grievance summary page, your final grievance summary page will show all of your documents. It shows you what step it's at. It's a good way to look at this on your mobile device, like your phone or your tablet. But if you want to make a note about something that does not show up on that grievance summary page, you'll just click on the big white notes checkbox right here, or the notes link, and you will put note in here, whatever you want to say, and click on save. And as you can see, when we click save, it really didn't act like it did anything. It did in fact save it, but you can erase it at any time. It never leaves the comfort and security of this screen. So that's an area where you can just take some notes about it, and then you can go back and purge those out later. So that concludes your training for today for your Steward EGS environment. Again, if you have any questions about setting up your system, getting started, we highly encourage you to go to the Important Links menu, go over to EGS Support if you want to open a support ticket and ask us a question, or if you think it's something that you can find on your own, you can go to the Steward User Guide, look it up in the Steward User Guide, and get started that way, or go to the video tutorials, and those will always help as well. Have a wonderful afternoon, and thank you for training with your electronic grievance system.